Can hear you well too. Good. Can you see the slides? Somewhat? All right, well, welcome everybody online. That's exciting. How's everybody doing? Good, good. Thank you, Matt Curley. Welcome to the barn. Who here tonight is at the barn for the first time? Please raise your hand. Oh, cool. Awesome. Welcome. Yeah. If you can again. Yes. I saw that. That's an awesome number.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. We are absolutely blessed to have this venue to host our meetings. So it's very warm. It's very inviting. The content that you're going to hear tonight is going to be outstanding. We're coming off of Isagenix main yearly event, which is called Celebration. So there's a number of us that went, and we are acting as ambassadors back, and gonna share some of the things that we took away from it. So how many people in the room are started a 90-day game plan this week? Awesome. That is so cool. It is absolutely not too late to start a 90-day game plan. We're in the very first week. We're 3 days in. So we're going to be covering that. It's going to be exciting. If you have goals in your head, then you absolutely deserve, you owe it to yourself to start a 90-day game plan. 87 days at this point. But no, you really do. You're here for a reason. So you have some sort of goal with Isagenix. And if you're here as a guest, welcome. If you have any questions whatsoever, please stop, ask the question, because that is the purpose of this meeting. The purpose is for you to be educated and make a decision about what you're going to do with whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to have a great health transformation, or if you want to earn residual income, you are absolutely in the right place tonight. So with that said, we're going to get into the content. Cedar, can you hear us? Cedar's not there. Can you guys hear us online? Okay, cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, so I'd like to introduce my beautiful wife, Jamie Lynn.
Hi, guys. Welcome. Hi, everyone who's live streaming with us. I think we have a really good group there. So hi, guys. Welcome here. How many I saw some new hands brand new to the farm, but how many are not enrolled in Isagenix yet today? All right, welcome. All right, well, we're happy to have you here. Right?
No pressure.
For the rest of you, this is definitely going to be similar to what we've done in the past, but we've just kind of switched it up a little bit. So what we want to do is go ahead and get started with something that I want to show you guys, and it's a brand new video. I think it's super important because it really walks people through really what we are about here at Isagenix, and it has been the tool that I have been using and sharing with everybody who I talk to when they're interested in learning about Isagenix, whether it's product related or about the opportunity as well. So we're going to get started with that.
Sorry.
Lines with a magic wand.
They want to stand in front
All right, yeah, so now we're selling wine.
Thank you.
Take notes. That's sales copy. You want to learn how to write sales copy?
All right.
We are on a mission to get this planet healthy.
You're in control here.
It was just like a lot of switch.
Bring it in square.
I know.
First off, thank you for pressing play. My name's Eric, and a friend may have sent this to you or invited you to their home to watch this. And you may actually be watching this just to get that person off your back. Or maybe you accidentally pressed play while flipping through Facebook. Or in a perfect world for us, you're just here to get educated about the real truth of products. But hey, you're here, so you may as well check us out. There's a lot of energy and buzz around Isagenix right now. And it's because we have so many people joining every single day. But it's important that you don't just join because of the hype or because everybody else is doing it. It's important that you get educated and you really figure out, can this really be a solution for you? I mean, can this really work? Because this is not for everybody, but it is for people who are ready to change. People who are ready to get healthier. People who are ready to lose some weight, put on some lean muscle mass, and just start to feel younger and maybe earn some extra income. And if that's not you, then that's okay. But if it is, then you're in the right place.
Before Isagenix, I was just exhausted. I'd actually quit working. I just was too tired. I was too stressed out. And so I really lost a piece of me at that time. I was stuck in a home, in a body, in a lifestyle that I just wasn't fitting me. And I was just screaming from the inside, for somebody to help me. I was actually introduced to Isagenix by my friend Barbara Price, and she just randomly called me and was like, Trisha, I'm following you on Facebook. I can tell that life is not going so hot for you, and I think I have something for you. And my ears, my heart, everything just opened up. Before I even got off the phone, I knew I was going to start. 5 days into the product, a light turned on inside me. I felt so incredible. But the best part was I was in the kitchen cleaning, and a song came on that I love, and I found myself dancing. And then a few minutes later, my kids ran into the kitchen, and normally I'd be like, get out. And I started chasing them. We ran outside, and we were just running around and playing, jumping off things, and I realized I was playing with my kids for the first time in a really, really long time. They were getting their mom back.
We are one of the fastest growing companies in the world because we offer lifestyle solutions that really work. Our society is unhealthy. Obesity is rising. And it's because we are bombarded with high calorie, empty, toxic nutrition every day. These poor eating habits just equate to sick, unhealthy people, and that's just dangerous for our world. This is how Isagenix can help. Now, we could go on and on and on about how we have no compromise products that are sourced from the best possible places on earth and put together by a team of scientists who are always on the leading edge of what's out there. But the only way that you're actually going to go from one of those skeptics into a big believer is if you put the products in your body and let your body tell you if they work or not.
Love the products. Being a former professional athlete, I'm a product guy. So I got right on the program, 30-day fat burning system. I felt great, and even at the age of 50, I was able to do the things I wanted to do from a workout standpoint. I have a big family. I have 8 children, and right away I introduced the product line to our family. They all love the shakes. I cannot keep the strawberry shake in the house. And so it's nice to know that, you're giving your children good nutrition.
The reason why we have continued to grow and expand since 2002 is because our products produce results, both visually and emotionally. That's why nutritionists, medical professionals, professional athletes, and just ordinary people are being attracted to Isagenix. One of the best parts of what we got going on is our support, our coaching, and our community that people can plug into. Like in the BuzzFeed, they motivate a 16-week health transformation challenge where you want to take your before picture, but the real key is you want to look as sad as possible. Stick your gut out, frown your face, slump your shoulders, and then go on the Isagenix products, take your after picture. At the end of the 16 weeks, you write a little story about how your life has changed. This is by far one of the most incredibly moving things that we do every single year. I mean, the thousands of stories, transformation that come in are remarkable.
When I got in Isagenix, I was all in. And I had 16 weeks to get ready for this bodybuilding show. Just so happened, the IsaBody Challenge is 16 weeks. So I said, why not? I'm just going to submit my photos. We'll see what happens. I really wanted to put this system to the test. So this is my 16-week transformation. This was me getting ready for a national level men's physique show in Chicago. Got a call a couple months later, and it was from Eric, congratulating me on being an IsaBody finalist. And I couldn't believe it. that experience alone just opened up so many opportunities and so many doors for me. I took my Willpower program that I have as my personal business, and I combined those strategies with Isagenix at the same time. It was just phenomenal. Like, my dad's in better shape now at 55 than he ever has been. He lost like 35 pounds and gained 8 pounds of lean muscle. It was just shocking results.
You can see that our products work. And when you have a positive experience with products that work, it's so natural to share your results with other people. We already do this with things that we love. This is why Isagenix has chosen the business model of network marketing, which is kind of like word of mouth marketing. The best things in life are shared by people talking to people. So Isagenix will actually pay you and say thank you for sharing these products with other people and helping us impact their lives. In this solution, the need for more money is huge because the two limiting factors for people who don't live.
Nothing but.
I lost it.
Go back to the 6:30.
Okay.
The ice maybe at the top.
All right. So you know what? We're just gonna just to save time. We're gonna just keep moving. Sorry about that. All right. So the video, there's like 6 more minutes to go. But you kind of get the point, right? So has everyone? Okay. So you get the point, right? I mean, this is just, it's so much more than just the products. And I want to get started off by just putting up, technical difficulties, all there. Sorry, guys. Right, so this happens, right? So what I was going to do is put up a disclaimer, right? About, you hear these stories, you see people's results physically, financially. Something that's so important is like to know that these people worked hard for that, right? And so we're going to share some information tonight, and nothing happens without effort, whether it's a product a weight loss, or something from that, from a business standpoint as well. So I'll go ahead and just. Oh my goodness, guys. All right. So what happens when we do that? There we go. So just a disclaimer, because honestly, there's a lot of amazing results that we see with Isagenix, but we don't have to make any claims. We definitely don't treat, cure, or diagnose anything, okay? So I just want to put that out there because it's really important to, when you're having conversations with people, and when you see some people's results, know that everyone worked for the results that they have, okay? So let me ask you this. What does your dream life look like? And I would love to hear some, shout outs. What does the perfect day look like for you?
No alarm.
No alarm clock.
Being home with my kids.
Being home with your kids.
Unlimited money.
Unlimited. Unlimited.
Like never again.
Never being in a cubicle ever again. Okay. What else?
Traveling.
No boss. Paying for college. Traveling. Not worried about what's going on in that bank account.
Beach house.
A beach house. All right, now we're dreaming. Now we're like a pool. All right, like that's the thing. Like I know when I first got started, I just wanted to make sure I could pay the bills. But then you start to dream again, right? So there's so many things that prevent us from living out those dreams, right? Maybe we just are too exhausted to even think about living out our dreams or dreaming, right? Maybe we're so tired from excess weight that we're carrying around. The energy is just not there because if you have kids, you're running around. If you have a full-time job, like you're busy, right? And you're tired. Maybe, financial pain is really preventing you to think, how could I ever afford a beach house, right? When I can't even pay my electric bill. So there are some things that stop us from dreaming. It's okay if I share a little bit of my story with you? I know there's some new faces here in the room. So this was me about 20 months ago. And I never realized that I stopped dreaming and reaching for my goals until I was on a 6 a.m. train on a Monday morning commute to New York City, which was what I did every Monday morning for the most part. And I realized that the only things that I wasn't going to get to check off on my to-do list that week were going to be making dinner for my family,
putting my girls to bed and reading them bedtime stories. I wasn't going to be able to do that. And so I just thought that I just had to continue on with life, right? I mean, this was the reality, was kind of paying the bill, so I had to continue on. And then I was introduced to Isagenix by the amazing Smith family. Tommy lost 40 pounds, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I need that in my life, right? And so without any questions, I didn't ask what the ingredient list was. I just jumped on board. And as a lot of you can attest, you know, by day 5, the brain fog was lifted. I felt the shift inside of me, and I knew that this was awesome. And so I just started to share with people. Matt lost 40 pounds after he saw, you know, how great I felt, and started to share with friends and family. Just, it was a hobby for us, right? I mean, we have 3 young girls, and I had a full-time job. He had a full-time job. But we were helping other people get healthy and feel energetic, and that was awesome for us. It wasn't until one night in November of 2013, and I was on a snowy business trip and driving down, you know, hazardous roads in an unfamiliar car, and I said, I'm done. I'm so done with this, because I wasn't dreaming at all, and I was just not happy, right? And I was just struggling so much. So I called Matt that night and said, I'm done. I said, I knew if I worked as hard for myself as I did for my boss, that Isagenix was going to be the vehicle to allow us to completely change the landscape of our future to be whatever we wanted. So I just want you guys to be open tonight, okay? Maybe you're here just to help, you know, for friends. Maybe you're here a little bit more about the products. But be open to this opportunity, because I stand here tonight telling you it will change your life. I promise you that. So this is my dream life, right? I mean, I didn't get to read my books to my girls most nights of the week. And now I do. Sometimes it doesn't look as peaceful. And it's crazy, you know, and everyone wants to sit on your lap, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. Now I have the choice. I have the choice to do that. Whereas before, I had to Skype it so that I could, you know, say goodnight to my girls. So whatever you're reading, this is my why, you know, this is my why. You have to find the why for yourself. And this is my office now. My girls are there. They're getting ready to go back to school now, but like my girls are with me every single day, and I get to live that life. So what does your dream life look like, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. So I love this quote. I think it's so important for anything, really. Believe in your business. Belief in your business starts with belief in yourself. How many here are going through the Healthy Mind and Body program right now? How many have felt a shift already? It's incredible, guys. You have to change your mind and your mindset and what's going on inside of you to believe that you can do this business. Because absolutely anybody can, but not everybody will. Okay? So you have to change your mindset in order to do that. Let's talk a little bit about like what's going on, right? We talked about what might be preventing us from dreaming. Money and work, you know, are primary stresses for so many people. The average person spends 86,400 hours working in their lifetime. That is so much time. So much time. If you don't love what you're doing, I mean, it's so sad, you know? It's so sad to continue to do what you are not passionate about. And so many people worry that they won't have enough time for retirement. I was on the way here, I was talking to an old coworker of mine. I wasn't going to share this story, but I feel like it's so important. And he messaged me on LinkedIn a few days ago and said, you know, hey, just thinking of you. I've been gone from my company for about 20 months. And I keep thinking about him because I just knew that, like, he wasn't happy. I could hear it in his message, right? So I text messaged him, part of my, 20 people I was reaching out to today. And I said, hey, I've been thinking a lot about you since our conversation on LinkedIn. Are you open to me sharing something with you? And he said, of course, yeah, absolutely, call me. I said, great. So I called him on the way here, and he was filling me in on some of the changes that were happening at our company. And the company that I worked for, you were LifeVerse. Like I was like, I was there for 11 years, and that was like a short time span, right? So horrible shifts that are happening for people. And he said, I'm no longer an ambassador of this brand, and I'm just sticking it out. He's just turned 60 years old. He said, I got to find something else where I'm just sticking it out because who's going to hire somebody like me, right? He can't afford to retire. He's 60 years old, and he just is going to stick there for another 5 years so that he can actually leave. He said, my mental health is not going to be able to survive this. And I said, you have to look at my opportunity. if I were to send you a video, would you take a look at it? He said, absolutely. So I got here and I texted him the why Isagenix video, because this could change his life. I mean, this could change anybody's life. So you have to think about the people who you have in your life who are so concerned that they won't be able to retire. Nutrition, right? I mean, it's such a cause for people to have low energy. I was talking to another one of my really good girlfriends, and she said, today, and she texted me and she said, I'm sorry, I'm such a crappy friend. And I said, you're not at all. Like, why do you say that? She's like, I haven't returned your calls or your texts or your emails. And she said, I'm just so tired at the end of the night. I just want to seriously eat dinner and go to bed. She said, I can't do anything else. I haven't shopped online. I haven't returned text messages. She said, I can't do anything else. So we need to talk. You know, you've seen what has happened for me. Please take a look at this. So timing is so important for people, but you have to just make sure, like, we have solutions, right? We have solutions for so many people. And then, of course, the obesity crisis in the country and across the world, really. But weight loss management, the industry is projected to be $672 billion, right? So people need these solutions. They're looking for them. Unfortunately, some of the things they're doing are not the best, right? But we have the best. And then we are really launching into a performance arena, where we're talking a lot about nutrition for athletes, and we have some amazing products that we're going to cover as well. But, you know, most athletes are really lacking the quality ingredients that they need to have the success that they're looking for. And then this really kind of just goes a little bit to the whole anti-aging industry, and, you know, people want to age gracefully. And we have these products that, you know, if you take a look at some of the people who are using these products, Kathy Cooper, you know, co-founder of the company, how old is she, 64 years old? She looks amazing, okay? So the longer these products in your body, like, the better you look and feel. So absolutely, like, I mean, we are helping people to age gracefully. So these are the owners of our company, Jim and Kathy Cooper, and their son, Eric. So our vision is to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain. And in the process, create the largest health and wellness company ever. You guys, yesterday alone, $3.7 million in sales. Yesterday, biggest day in history. $3.7 million in one day. That is unheard of. Anybody buy the pumpkin spice shake?
Oh, yeah.
So that may have had a little something to do with it, right? But people are in action. People are starting their 90-day game plans. Whether you're just getting started today or whether you've been with a company for 3 years, like, people are getting into massive action because Isagenix is becoming a household name. You want to share this with as many people that you know, because if you don't, somebody else absolutely will. So you're all here, so you've aligned yourself with the right company. Over a decade of financial stability. I listened to a call that Lynn Hagedorn did a while ago, and she said absolutely would never get involved with the company if they didn't have at least 10 years, right, of stability. So we're going on 14 years. We are, what are we up over last year, Tom? 38%? 46% in sales over last year. Again, talking to my coworker, he said they're down in sales like 8%. You don't hear this, especially double-digit increases over last year. You just don't hear that.
Too, it's a company that's forward started so we'll see that as we go. Percentages will be stabilizing, so with that corporations turnaround, it's just a create a lot of testing. Made choice, but they've been around for a long time. Doing multiple billions of dollars in sales. Okay, but the bottom line is figuring out 1, 2, or 3%. Awesome, that's huge. They think they were moving towards $1 billion in sales this year. It's still up. We'll probably still close it at 47%. That is really good.
Absolutely. And Tom's going to close out the night tonight and talk a little bit about that, because it's so powerful to know who we are aligned with. And for those of you on a live stream here, Tom Smith, Man of the Year. He was the Man of the Year at Celebration this year, and it was an honor to watch him across that stage. And he's going to share a little bit about his journey and some of the incredible facts and tips that he has for us. But it was Tom. Congratulations! Thank you for being such an incredible part of our journey here. Thank you. Okay, so why network marketing, right? And people are always like, I don't want to do that. Is that a pyramid scheme? Like, what do you know, I don't want to be part of your little thing. And, you know, really why we're in this, network marketing is so beautiful when you really understand it, because it takes out that middleman, right? We're not paying millions of dollars to marketing. They're paying us. They are paying us. We're putting money in our ISAWAL account every single Monday morning. And so that is, network marketing is so great because it's word of mouth marketing. So if you ever share something with somebody, whether it's, you know, a good sale on kids' clothing or a really cool pair of boots or great restaurants, they're not paying you for anything. Isagenix is going to pay you to share. Okay, I'll talk louder, guys. Sorry. Is that better? Hi, Lens. She's like showered. She's like.
You're not used to seeing her shout.
I don't think it's her.
Yeah, they said they can't.
Okay,
Again,
so
people.
we offer 5
fucking use you?
incredible solutions for people, guys. We just kind of made this little switch this month. So we have weight loss, energy is a separate component right now, performance, healthy aging, and wealth creation. So, you know, you can now go to somebody who's an athlete and say, this performance pack. Jen just posted that she just got her new performance custom pack, right? Energy. So coffee, e-shots, replenish, shakes, bars, all the great products. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. So we have solutions for people. We just have to listen to what it is that they're looking for. We have to hear what it is that they really need. Because if we listen, we're going to have, chances are really good they're going to be looking for something that we offer. So again, Isagenix stands behind no compromise products, right? I mean, we don't need to like oversell anything with our products. If somebody wants to know something about that, we have really great tools to send them to isaproduct.com or isagenixhealth.net. We don't need to talk about that, but really, you know, the formulator of our company says, you know, that we're really built on the reputation of exceeding all of the expectations. And that is what we will continue to do. We will never pull something out of our products to make it cheaper or better or get a better margin. That will never happen here at Isagenix. And we're scientifically validated, right? So there's been several studies. We'll show a few of those different slides. But, you know, if you take there's been studies that show Isagenix versus the heart healthy diet. And across the board, Isagenix was always coming out on top. So it's one of those things where, you know, I had a conversation with a girl today, and she's like, well, I'm just going to eat healthy, and, you know, I'm just going to get back to the gym. And I said, that's great. Like, do that, you know? I mean, that people have to go and try something, right, until they actually like, all right, you were right, you know? But this is really the information I'll show you right here. So Isagenix versus the heart healthy diet, which is if you went to your doctor and he was like, listen, you need to put back a few pounds, maybe you should try the heart healthy diet or whatever. He would put you on some kind of, this is what he would put you on. 56% more weight loss with Isagenix and 47% more fat loss. But what's most impressive is the visceral fat, which is, you know, the fat around the organs, the deadly fat that you have carrying around. So this is huge. You can find all of this information in isagenixhealth.net. And then most recently, there was the Skidmore study done, and this really was about like longevity and just over a long period of time. And again, you see this here. And this was just one shake a day and cleansing like once or twice a month is what, so they were on the maintenance package, and you still see these results. So I'm just gonna quickly go through the products because obviously you guys most of you are using the products. Our Isoline shake, right? So who started their day off with an Isoline shake? I didn't, I'm cleansing. I'm like, I can't wait for my shake tomorrow. But they're amazing, right? So now we have chocolate, we have vanilla, we have strawberry, and we have our new pumpkin spice, which is a limited fall edition. First time Isagenix has ever done something like that. It's really exciting. People are like fired up. I think I heard within like, I don't know, 3-4 hours, 7,000 canisters were sold or something like that. I mean, people are
available anymore because I went to my back office before I got here.
okay, so maybe it's not even available anymore. So, you know, it's fun, and it's really, I mean, people are like pumpkin obsessed, right? So the shakes are so great. They're fully balanced. They're a great meal replacement. You don't have to think about it. So I know for me as a busy mom, I was just like constantly trying to make something that was nutritious, and it was just wearing me down, and therefore I wasn't eating, or I was eating junk. So these shakes are incredible. And I just wanted to show this, I think it's important, just the difference comparing Isagenix to like stopping at a coffee shop or stopping at McDonald's, right? And the cost value. Because sometimes people, before they put their products in their body, have a hard time understanding the value. Who was one of those people before they got started, right? You're like, you know, I don't spend $10 a day on food. You're like, yes, you do. You know, even if you eat at home 3 meals a day, you're still spending money on your food, right? So, you know, $3, less than $3 for a shake for one full, complete, delicious meal. Cleanse for life. Who's cleansing with me today? Nice. All right, we got a good little group here. The cleanse is incredible because it really does support weight loss. It boosts your metabolism. It just helps get rid of the junk. You feel better. The brain fog is just like lifted. You just feel awesome, right? So weight loss is a huge benefit, but that's not the only reason that we cleanse. And the Ionic Supreme, which is like, you know, everybody loves this. It's like liquid gold, right? And this just helps to fight combats of whatever's going on in your life, right? So I'm just gonna go through these a little bit faster. The Ageless Essentials with Product B are our vitamins, right? So if you're sharing Isagenix with people, the first 5 people that you share, you're gonna get a free box of vitamins, which is awesome because these are a tremendous value. And then if you enroll 5 or more people a month, you get a box. So it's a really great way to get these vitamins into your system for free just by sharing Isagenix with a few people. All right, so now we've heard about the products, and I want to bring up Kate Parker, who, as you can see, has had amazing results. So give it up, give Kate a big
Yes, will do. So Jamie Lynn asked me to share tonight, and at first I was like, sure, which was quickly followed by my biggest fear is talking in front of people. So I look a little bit nervous, just bear with me, and I'll get this over with as quick as I can. So yeah, my weight has fluctuated up and down my whole life. And about 3 years ago, I was doing okay, I was eating well, and I was exercising, but as I was exercising, something didn't feel right. I was getting winded, my heart was racing, and I was just getting dizzy. I didn't know what was going on. So I let it go for a couple months. Bad decision. Ended up in the hospital. I had multiple blood clots on my lungs. I was in pretty bad shape. And was in the hospital for a little bit, and then came home, recovered, and got cleared to go back to my regular activities. But every time I started to, I just started getting panic attacks. I was very nervous, thought the same thing was going to happen again. I had a 3-year-old at home, and I was just scared. So that's pretty much where my bad cycle had started. And then flash forward to February of 2014. We were blessed to have our second daughter, and everything was fine. And was home for 3 months with her on maternity, and I had to go back to work. And that was awful. I didn't want to, we had to. Yeah, it was just a tough time. We weren't in a financial position for me to stay home. So I'm back at work. I had gained weight from when I was sick. I had gained weight from when I was pregnant, and now I'm back at work and I'm miserable being there. And I was just in a bad spot. I was depressed. I was unhappy. And you know, I just felt stuck. I felt like my choices were being made for me. And, you know, I was just starting to pray. I would pray that if there was something that could help me get healthy or something that could help me stay at home with my daughter, you know, please send it my way. I didn't know it was going to be a package deal. So that summer, Jamie Lynn reaches out to me, and I had seen her Facebook pages, and I've been watching and not reaching out. I guess I was skeptical, nervous. I don't know. I'd done so many things in the past, and how is this going to be any different? So we talked, and I started the shakes and the bars because I was still nursing, and I really liked them. And I decided, you know, I'm going to stick with this. When I'm done nursing, I'm going to go all out. And that was right around the time that the spring and the summer transformation started. It's like, all right, this is it. I'm starting right now. I signed up for my first 30-day pack, and within actually 4 days from making the fog, that feeling happened, that fog lifted, that energy started coming in, and it was just something I didn't want to let go of, and I was hooked. And I knew I was just going to stick with it. And so I stayed with it for the 90 days. I'm still going through it, but you know, I lost close to 30 pounds and 50 some inches, but most of all, I've just gotten my happiness back. I've gotten my energy, my excitement, and I'm just better all around for being on it. And, you know, to top it off, you know, I'm just so passionate about sharing it, and I'm sharing it with people now, and I just want them to feel as good as I do. And on the flip side of that, you know, I'm being, you know, creating a second stream of income to help me reach my other goals. So it's just been a blessing all around, and I can't express my gratitude for Jamie Lynn for reaching out. And I don't know if I would have on my own. I think about it, and I don't know if I would have. So I'm just very grateful that she did, and I'm a better person all around for it. So thank you.
How can you not text everybody that you know after hearing that? Seriously, how can you not? I mean, you hear this, and this is like, we know her. She's real. Like, this isn't fake. Okay, this is changing people's lives, you guys. Changing people's lives. You have to think about one person when you leave tonight and text them. Just text them, okay? Because you never know that they might not ever reach out to you if you don't send that message. Thank you. You did great, by the way.
Okay,
Okay, so next we're going to bring up the guy's perspective, and JC's going to come on up and share his story with us.
Okay, great job. Congratulations on such an awesome transformation. Just amazing. My name is JC Clevenger. I am excited and honored to be here in front of everybody to kind of share my story and my experience with Isagenix. First, I want to thank a couple of people. Tom and Kathy Smith, thank you for this amazing, unique, intimate place that we can get together and educate and understand what Isagenix has to offer. Jamie Lynn, thank you and Matt, thank you for hosting, emceeing, all the things that you do. The team calls are awesome. Love them. Very inspirational. Last but not least, Kristen Jenkins, thank you so much. My enrolling sponsor and mentor. The support you've provided Laura and I have been just outstanding. Can't thank you enough. So before Isagenix, for me, I had the brain fog. I was tired, physically, emotionally, and to get through my day, I drank a ton of coffee, had lunch, would crash, would then grab a 5-hour energy to get home to my 2 little girls, make dinner, bath in bed, the whole thing. And I was just very unhappy and stuck in just no man's land. The round face guy up here on the outside seemed happy as could be, but on the inside was just, in one word, sluggish. Sluggish in life, sluggish in my health and wellness. And I knew I needed to make a change. And my wife really, Laura, pushed me to do something completely outside of my comfort zone, which would be to join Isagenix and start a health and wellness program. If you would have asked me in January if I would have my FitnessPal on my phone, counting my calories, and making sure what I was putting in my body was the right nutrition I needed. Crazy. I'm not that guy. I never will be that guy. And today, about 10 times looking at my phone, punching everything in, making sure I'm doing what I'm doing, getting my exercise down. So from that standpoint, before Isagenix, I just was very sluggish. Introduced by Kristen Jenkins and started with the 30-day, like all of us have. And it, within days, days, was amazing. I was a big skeptic. I was very hesitant to do this. But within days, I felt just energized. I knew something was going on. And I was making fun of the program, to be honest with you. My wife, hey, I'm just melting away here. And I was just melting off of it. And come to find out, that's really what's happening. Looking back, that's really what happened. And, I attribute 2 things to the success of my results. I lost 20 pounds and 17 inches in 30 days. my wife is an accountability partner. She did it with me. She lost about the same exact amount of weight and the same amount of inches in 30 days. We did the program to the T. We didn't cheat. We did it exactly the way it was prescribed. And with help from Kristen, we had text call. I mean, it was nonstop. I'm sure she was tired of hearing us all the time. And we felt amazing from the get-go. And after these 30 days, how could I not share it? And since then, we've worked hard on sharing our story. So I want to talk just a little bit about where I am, where I want to be, and how the heck do I get there. So I have been in the golf course, turf management field, or industry for 21 years. I love it. It is a passion of mine. It's all I've ever wanted to do since I had a golf club in my hand when I was 8 years old. But I have put a lifetime, I feel like, of effort and energy into an industry that has paid me back what it's owed me. But the reality is, I'm not living the life of my dreams. I'm just not. And I want to, and I expect myself to. And so in order to get there, I have to step way outside of my comfort zone. The golf industry, being a golf course superintendent, being on the golf course every day is my comfort zone. I could stand up here and talk about agronomics and grass and hours. How to prepare for a U.S. Open and all that kind of stuff forever. But in order to get to where I want to be, I need to shift gears. So I am now focusing on taking my fitness, my nutrition, and this Isagenix business to a whole new level. And so there's a couple tools that just started this week, and I'm super excited about. We've discussed briefly here today. One is the Health, Mind, and Body program. I'm on day 5, and I am flying through the roof. This thing is amazing. Anybody who wants to work on themselves, change their mindset, I highly recommend it. I mean, it's the value. I can't wait for it to get difficult. Right now, I'm excited. It's kind of easy, but it's going to get tough, and I can't wait for that resistance to happen. It's going to be a wonderful thing. And the other thing is the 90-day game plan. A lot of us in here started that this week, and I think I'd grade myself as kind of a B at the moment, but the week's not over yet. We'll see how this goes. So my comfort zone being in golf and trying to get outside of that for the past 6 months, I've thought, what am I going to do? How am I going to do that? How am I going to get to where I am, to where I want to be? How am I going to do that? How am I going to get outside of my comfort zone? I've looked outside of my industry for maybe a new position, my skill set fit somewhere else. And then, Isagenix business building has been sitting in front of my face for 6 months. And I've just barely touched the waters. And now I'm fully committed to doing it. For me, it starts now, it starts today. And this is the beginning for me. And I expect Isagenix to be the vehicle to change my life and the dreams that I expect to have. So, thank you very much.
I know. You crying? Is everybody crying?
Yeah.
How you guys doing over there? You good? Okay, good. Thank you, JC. That was awesome. And you hear 2 different perspectives, right? And everyone could get up here and share their story. And really, your story is your story. You have to figure out why you want to do this. Maybe you want to be at home with your kids. Maybe you want to, play golf every day. I know there's a lot of guys who want to do that around here and just be able to do what you want to do. Okay, so really, you have to dig deep. We kind of went over that. Okay, how to get started, but Brian, you're the only one, right? So listen, we can just there's a bunch of different ways that you can get started with Isagenix, and we're all kind of familiar with this. We're going to go a little bit over more of the paths, right? So I'm not going to go into too much detail since we're all kind of on board. This is what Isagenix provides to you. We all pay $29 for an enrollment fee if you're coming on board with a 30-day package, something like that. It's waived if you come on board with the President's Pack. You get all of the member discounts, so everybody should definitely enroll this way, right? You get your own personal website from Isagenix. You get the back office hub that's really going to allow you to run your business there. And you guys we pay $29 a year for all of this. I mean, this is like an infrastructure to run your own business and to eat your overhead every single month. This is what we all have. This is what we all have. So I'm going to go over briefly because how many people here are working to get towards manager? Okay, cool. So let's just go over this because let's just pretend everyone is kind of starting out fresh. You know, let's say we're all associates here, and this is how we want to make sure we can share this opportunity with everybody, because honestly, everyone deserves to get to that point where they're getting paid and they're getting their friends paid as well. And that's going to be the manager status. Of course, we can continue on, but starting here is where it's going to be. So, you know, we say you plus two, them plus two, right? And that's kind of like our slogan. That's how we build our business. You plus two people, them plus two people. It's going to help to grow your business. So let's just use the scenario as if somebody was coming on board with the President's Pack, which in my opinion is the best value. You know, now that we have that 30-day custom program, it's pretty awesome. But the President's Pack gives you so much. It gives you the vitamins and the blender and the free enrollment and a slew more other products as well. So if you bring two people on board with the President's Pack, okay, if you bring one person on board, let's start with that. You're gonna get $80 from Isagenix for enrolling them with the President's Pack. Is what we call a product introduction bonus, right? So if you do that in one person in 1 week, you're going to get $80. But if you bring two people on board in the same calendar week, that doubles to $160. So that really is a way to get your products paid for right away. You know, if you're just getting on board, if you're helping somebody to see that, if they're just coming on, you're like, listen, let's put this money right back into your pocket. Let's get money in your ISA wallet account before your credit card bill comes in the end of the month. And this is how we do it. You plus two, them plus two. So you find your two friends, and you help them to find their two friends. And I think sometimes we go to work to complicate it, but if you help two people find their two people, you're going to start to get paid, and they're going to get paid as well. Anybody have any questions on this? I mean, I know we talk about it a lot, but anybody want to go over this a little bit more? All right, so we're going to quickly talk a little bit about what happened, what's new, some of the new products that we just released at Celebration. So in order to, so first we talked about the pumpkin spice, right? So we're pretty excited about that. I heard somebody said, like, put a little bit in your coffee, like, for a pumpkin spice latte. Oh my gosh, so amazing. Like, was it you making your, like, later Starbucks? Somebody said that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And then we all stole it.
Yeah. So the pumpkin spice latte, if it's not available anymore in back office, I'm sorry.
No, it is. It is.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
You
You can't add it to your auto ship.
It's a one-time.
Get it wholesale.
You just place an order. Yeah, you just place an order for it, but you can't add it to your
They
auto
just
ship.
check.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So Mary and Suzanne are going to come up and share a little bit about some of the new products that we launched at Celebration. So they both came. Suzanne it was our first Celebration, and Mary and Tom, they came last year, and this is their second Celebration. So do you guys mind coming up and just sharing a little bit about the products, like, you know, what you like, the flavors, all that good stuff. And Mary's going to talk a little bit more about our new performance product. Do you want this? Hi. Talk about so they can hear you.
Okay, so for coffee, for me, one of the biggest concerns for me when I started Isagenix was, you know, everybody recommended quit the coffee habit, and I was a 6 cups of coffee a day kind of gal to get through with my 2 kids and teaching full time and just life in general. So when they announced that this was coming up, I quit. I weaned myself away the first 30 days, and then I've been coffee free for over a year. And then we hear the announcement, coffee's coming! I'm like, what? So I would treat myself here and there to 1 cup, but I can say that when this came out and we tried it, I thought, it's so smooth. And coffee tastes so much better to me now because I'm not dependent on it. But it's so smooth because a little nutty flavor. There's no aftertaste. There's no acidity, like that bitterness that sometimes you get with a cup of coffee. I drink it black. I don't put anything in it, and I love it.
It's awesome in a shake.
Yes.
Oh, can't wait.
Yes.
Cold, make it and let it sit cold.
Yep.
Like, make a double, put it in the refrigerator. The next morning, put it in a vanilla shake. Whip it up. So good.
Yeah. I did the same thing last weekend. I made a pot for 2 cups of coffee. I had my morning cup, went to the gym.
I'm shaking thinking about
I know. And then I came home and
it. There we go. Now.
2 scoops of chocolate. It was like a mocha frappuccino kind of thing. It was incredible.
So real quick, we heard a couple weeks ago, someone puts it in ice cube trays.
Yes.
Freezes them, puts it in
Yeah,
shakes,
and blends it.
You can make it as dense as you like. If you like it really strong, like an espresso, make it really, put it in.
It is a little bit of a lighter roast if you haven't tried it yet, so you might need to Like if you're used to maybe using regular coffee, you might need to add a little bit more if you like it dark. It's very good.
All right, so add coffee to your auto ship, right?
Yes.
Under auto ship.
Mary, you can talk about that.
Yeah, this is probably one of the most exciting things. I had to write notes because it's just, there's so much about it that really, it's important that you know about this because a lot of people, when we see the products that Isogenics has, we just assume, oh, everybody can use this. I would say this is meant for a specific group of people who use Isogenic products. Not everyone is going to want to use AMPs, just aren't. If you're a high-intensity athlete, if you work intense like HIIT classes, where you are at high levels, where you push yourself to the point where you might vomit, this is going to be okay for you, okay? But if you're the person that's on that EFN, you're going like this, not so much, not so much. It's not meant for that. It is meant for an athlete. When Jamie Lynn said we're moving on, we really are moving on. It's going to be kind of exciting. We know that they have things in the works because they threw this at us and we went, oh, what else is there? You know, we're just waiting. They actually did some research as well with athletes to back up how well our products work. And this is just our regular products, like our E-Shots, our Isoline Pro Shakes. What else was there to use?
The Replenish.
The Replenish. They had a whole program they set up. It was with a group of athletes from 18 to 50, and there were men and women. What they used was they used E-Shots, Isopro, Ionic Supreme, Isoproline shakes. They had specific calorie counts for both men and women. But they found out that both groups, the control group and the isogenic group, did very well. But the isogenic group went through the ceiling. Their people really went hard and fast. And the reason for that is because part of our products, what it does is it allows the blood in the body to flow easier. This is one of the things that AMP does. The products are in there. The creatine will help your muscles, actually feed your muscles, helps recovery, helps you get ready for your next workout. And what the other products that are in there actually helps with blood flow. So the nourishment gets to your muscles. This is probably going to be one of the best products that you can provide anyone who is the weekend warrior, who's, you know, at the YMCA, like let's say like Matt, who does a lot of HIIT classes, he's going to grit. This is perfect for him. It's going to be a wonderful product because what it's going to do, he's going to find his levels he thought was here, it's actually here. And it will allow you to get to those levels. That's one of the greatest things about this product. I'm really excited about it. I've been using it for the last week, and I notice a huge difference, especially when I'm doing high-intensity cardiovascular training. When I'm up there to the point where I think, okay, grow-up time is coming. It's now, it's here. It's like, and it just gives you the energy. It allows the blood to flow. It really makes the body work at a higher level. But you need that intensity because that's what gives it. That's what creatine does. That's what the other products do.
I have a question for you, Mary. So I know we have a lot of runners in the group, people who are training for marathons and half marathons and things like that. You would integrate this?
Yes. Anybody who runs hard, fast, and if you do any kind of running long distance, short distance, bicyclists, awesome for bicyclists. It's probably one of the best products for bicyclists to use. And the reason for that is because the research shows that creatine and bicyclists work together so well. Anybody who does sprint training, and you all should do sprint training for whatever thing you're doing, this works really well for it. It's perfect for that. So it can be used for short distance training. It can be used to build muscles. And it also is for that athlete who's doing long distance endurance because again, blood flows. When blood's flowing, oxygen moves from the heart, the lungs to the muscle. You get to work longer and harder. You're not pushing any more energy out than you would. So this is a product. When I saw it, when they put it up, I was just like, ah, one of those moments. You know, I take tons and tons of notes, because there's so much information. But this product that we have is going to change, especially the athletes, change that. We are going to now have an athletic program. We will. I know it's already there. It has to be. They got this. They've got other funds. and as Dr. Cho said, you know, this is freaking awesome. You know?
Yeah.
This stuff is important. It is. It really is.
And look at
something you can.
I know you look amazing.
57 years old, guys.
58 years old. I got this now? Woo!
Mary, I have a question for you. In your notes, I know there's a trademarked ingredient.
Yes.
Can you touch on that? Because people that are gonna buy this product are gonna look at the labels.
I had to actually put it out phonetically so I could say it. Nitrocygen. And what this product is, it's a product that has been put together by Nutrition 21, I think is the name of the company. So it's another company that's working with us, Isogenics on this. What this product does is it combines nitrogen and arginine in another product. And it allows a chemical reaction to happen. And that chemical reaction allows the blood vessels to expand, which creates more blood flow. Now, because there's more blood flow, your muscles can work harder, which means you're going to have more oxygen exchange because there's more blood flowing, which means you have more energy, which means you can work harder, which means you have more energy, which means you can work harder. So you have this nice little cycle the whole time. Okay? That's what that product does. The other product in it is creatine. Creatine's old school. Anybody who was a bodybuilder or a weightlifter probably about 25, 30 years ago, you may have loaded creatine, and that was over a week's period of time. You may have put 20 grams in a day. You did that for a week, and then you backed off to 5. See,
High school.
those are crazy days.
What do you guys know?
I mean,
I remember them.
yeah. Now you don't have to do that. So research has shown us that we don't need to load creatine. Actually, we can take a very small amount, and that product and creatine is going to give you the same amount that you would have got loading 20 grams a day for 5 days or 7 days. Now, for men, you take 2 scoops, which is about 6 grams of creatine. When you take 1 scoop, that's about 3 grams of creatine, and you get the same effect. So it's an excellent thing, yes. Yes. Both. Both.
So it's good for cardio and for the
Both. Yes.
I noticed Stephen the other day, if that shoulder issue go on, like you said, the blood flow in the shoulder, it hurt a little bit.
It's the whole point of it is to get more blood to flow into the muscle so the muscle can work at its capacity. Now, if you have an injury or anything like that, your body's going to respond to that no matter what. Yeah.
So for the long distance running, like, you know, I would take an e-shot maybe every like 8 miles or something like that, something around there. Is this something that, like, if you took it in the beginning of the run, you want to take it again, like a smaller amount later, or just once?
And in fact, you probably won't take it every day. You'd probably only take it maybe 3 times a week, maybe 4 tops. You really don't need to. You really don't need to. Even on days when you do really, really hard work, if you took it the day before, you probably don't need to take it the next day. Yeah. You can wait a day and take it. It's not something that you're going to take it. If you do it, this is going to be gone in about 7 days.
It is. It is. Katie, I did a 7-mile run on Monday, and I took it before. And after, you know, having a weekend, and I need to cleanse badly. I'm feeling that sluggishness that you were talking about earlier. I felt like the road runner on my run. You know, like in the cartoon where his legs are like going up in front of him. That's how I felt my legs were going, and I'm like, body, catch up. So that's why I asked you. I didn't know if it was like the right thing for long distance running because I think it's more that I need to cleanse to get my body back in shape.
One of the things they do recommend too is to take this with an e-shot.
That's what I've heard.
Yes. And what that does is the e-shot provides clarity. It really does. It provides clarity so that you understand basically what is going on so that you can respond. Because when you have this connection to this, it's amazing what your body will do as long as you have that connection. If you don't understand from this point of view what's happening down here, the disconnect is amazing. It's so much more you could do. So what the e-shot does is it really allows that clarity so that your body has a chance to respond in a very positive way. And it is. I can't say enough good things about this. I really can't.
So my dad still looking to lose about 20 like goes to the gym hard 6 days a week, hour left to go, and lives there.
You definitely should. How can I ask how old is he? Oh, I'm sorry. It's a good guy. Definitely. I definitely want to. Because the only age group that we would look at is anybody under the age of 18. We'd probably not recommend this. Okay. But anybody over the age of 18, yeah. And again, if you work with a trainer and a trainer understands what's in this, they can also advise you on how often you should take it in relationship to the exercise or the workouts that we do. Oh, it's exciting. Yes. Go ahead. Sure. Right. And that's good for anybody, just to say, just go ahead and, because the scoops are pretty good size. And when they say you put in 8 ounces of water, put it in 8 ounces of water, because you know why? It's really hard. I mean, really, really hard.
Concentrated Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Because the first time I didn't do that, I thought, oh, I just 4 ounces, I'll be fine. You just shake like this the whole time. It's so sweet. But yeah, when you say 8 ounces of water, put 8 ounces of water in. Again, use what you're comfortable with. Okay, and that's important. Just use what you're comfortable with. We say that with e-shots too. If you're not sure, take a half e-shot. If you've never done it before, you will feel it. You know, and if you're like me, you just pound the whole thing. And yeah. Yeah. Good man.
Bill also has questions for Mary. She's an incredible wealth of knowledge. We might need to do another call there.
Yeah. It's when I see stuff like this. Okay, I've been in the profession for over 35 years. This is the amazing thing. I've been around a long time. When I saw creatine on this, the first thing I went was, oh, that's what Ryan did too. This isn't good. This is not good. And I had several people at conventions say, or celebrations say, should I take this? I'm like, let me do a little research. Let me look into this. I'm not too sure about this. Because I know a lot about creatine. And I know what it can do, and the good things and the bad things. I know all about it. So when I did a lot of research, talked to a lot of people there, even talked to Dr. Cho, talked to a lot of folks. And, you know, walked away and went, yeah, this is pretty cool. Okay, now I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're going to. This makes sense. This makes sense. But from a fitness background, from especially a weight training background, anybody who's done anything before, you know creatine. You know it, and you know what it can do. And you know that when it's used improperly, it can be uncomfortable. It's not going to cause anything deadly. Your arm's not going to fall off or anything. You know, you can grow big ears, nothing like that. You're just going to be uncomfortable. And you will be. You'll be uncomfortable. But from the amount that they use in this, I mean, this is amazing. How they've set it up and the products that they put together. And I read the research. Actually, I was reading it today. I read the company, Nutrition 21, their background. They went to FDA and had it approved as a supplement. So, you know, they're not messing around with this. They want to make sure that this is safe for everyone. It is. It's very, very safe. It's very, very effective. And I recommend, if you haven't tried it and you know somebody who has, buy a scoop from them. Don't ask for a scoop. Buy a scoop from them. Say, I'll give you $1 or whatever. And try it and see what you think. Yes?
Is there any restrictions here with athletes?
No. Creatine is cleared by the IOC. It's cleared by NCAA. It's cleared by pro sports. The only restriction is that they cannot provide the substance for the athlete. So they cannot provide creatine for the athlete, but the athlete is free to use it. So there's no restriction. Actually, especially with the IOC, there is no test that will show creatine. So even if they did restrict it, they would never know if athletes had it or not, because it's a part of the body. You have it naturally. It's in the muscle. If you eat meat, you eat it all the time. So they can't restrict something that's considered a natural substance. And it is organic. So there you go.
How long should you take it before? Or like what?
At least 30 minutes. No more than 30 minutes. About 30 minutes, and that's good. You want it to get into your system. If you take it less than that, it's going to take a little bit longer to get. So 30 minutes.
And energy shot can be done at the same time?
Same time.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying they take one of these and mix e-shot, 1 or 2 scoops, depending on who you are, and plenish. We fill this whole thing. So they're doing like 8 to maybe 10 ounces of water, e-shot, replenish, and out. Like super stack.
Yeah, and then drink it. Yeah, and it's an excellent stack. That is a very good stack, by the way. That's a really good stack. But you just want to make sure that you're not going to drink so much that's going to bloat you. That's the other thing. So it's, you know, when you're starting to put 8 ounces of water, an e-shot, now we're going to put 8 ounces of replenish. Now you're looking at 16 to 20 ounces of a fluid substance that you're going to be drinking. Yeah, and you're going to go run, maybe not so much. So think about that. That's why we say 30 minutes or longer or before. Don't go less than 30 minutes, and that's for that reason, because you may need to take care of things before you go.
Do we know if maybe down the road, I know you said they're coming out with a lot more than performance, products, do we know if this may be added to like one of the performance packs or?
Well, it is now.
I'm gonna make like a whole line.
I think the way they're going,
Separate or is it part of the pack?
it's part of our, it's part of the performance pack. It's part of the, now if you wanted to put it with the endurance pack, you'd have to order separate. You know, you'd have to put it. But yeah, it's from what they didn't say, oh yeah, Mary, this is what we're doing. Like, I'm that important. But Dr. Joe said, oh yeah, just wait. That's what he told me. Just wait.
This is the first ant product. There's a whole line
This is
of ants coming out.
the first line.
In the ice and runners line, there's a lot of talk about the endurance. So these like for actual endurance athletes.
Maybe that's what I need to start really.
Yeah. But it is a great, like I said, it's a great product. It's good for both sides of the fence, both endurance and also for performance. It's good for both. It really is. Because there's a lot of research that shows that for bicyclists, this would work very well. For runners, this would work very well. Anybody who lifts, this is going to work very well. It's a good product all the way around. Do I use it? Yes. I use it when I do body pump. That's when I use it. And I usually teach 2 or 3 other classes afterwards, so I get a good result.
Thank you so much, Mary.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. So I'm going to kind of fly through a little bit more of the slides that we have here. So the customized system. Anybody have any questions on that? Pretty much what you can do now is you can take the 30-day system and you get the basics. You get the shakes, the cleanse, the ionics, and you get just enough products for a natural accelerator, IsoFlush, and replenish for your cleanse days. And then you can add in the things you want. So, it's so nice because now people get, bars and isodolites and they're included and the cost is amazing and we're getting credit. So I don't want to spend too much time here, but if you have questions, please ask. But it's a great way to get people on board with products that they're actually going to use and need. And it's also really great for them because they're getting a huge credit. It's really great for you as the enrolling sponsor because you're getting what we're calling now a coaching bonus. So is everyone kind of familiar with that? The coaching bonus is, let's say you enroll, I enroll Katie today, and she comes on board with the 30-day program. And then typically, let's say she's just looking to lose 5-10 pounds, she gets started with 30-day, and then she's like, you know what, like, maybe after that I just want to do shakes. So her auto ship is just set on shakes or the healthy lifestyle package or something else that's different. You want to coach them through and get them to get on some sort of a system for their auto ships. Several reasons. Number one, because they're getting those benefits of the credits from Isagenix. So they're spending money. The money that they're spending is going to things that they absolutely want and are going to use. Okay, so the 30-day system is a really good one. You can customize the energy system, which comes with a lot of freaking shakes and bars and ionics and e-shots and coffee, and it's amazing, right? So if you don't want a whole lot of natural accelerators and IsoFlush, if you're not necessarily using them regularly, you don't have to get them. And a lot of people were pulling back from doing a full pack for their auto ships because they felt like they didn't need all that stuff. So now you can do the coaching, the customized system, which is awesome. And you can also do you're getting a coaching bonus. So if I enrolled Katie today with 30-day, and then she goes on, next month and she does either the 30-day custom pack or maybe she does the energy pack for the next 30 days, I'm going to get the product introduction bonus again. So for every person that you enroll, you're going to get that product introduction bonus again every month after month if they continue to order one of the systems. This is huge. Huge, guys. Like Tom said, this has never been done like in the industry before, okay? Isagenix is continuing to give money to us to help coach people. It's what we do, right? We make sure they're set up for success. So any questions on this? Good? Awesome. Okay. So we talked a little bit about the healthy mind and body. You've heard some people testimony about it. It's incredible. Go to your back office or, if you have questions about us, please ask me. But what it really is doing is focusing on your mindset, right? You can use the systems, but if your head is still messed up and saying like, oh, I really want those Oreos, I really want that cheeseburger, and you do the system for 30 days and then you stop, like you're going to go back to those Oreos and that junk food, right? So you have to work on your mindset. And this does it. Matt and I went through the program a few months ago. And it's incredible. We're going through it again right now, and it really helps you to focus on what you personally need. So the cost is $39, and you do a little bit of work every single day for 60 days, and then when you complete it after 60 days, you get a $45 credit to buy products. So like you're getting paid to take this, right? You're getting paid to do this program, something that's going to work for you. It's really, you know, like we said when we first got started, this is a mindset. We have to be in the right mindset to be successful with this business, to, you know, to use the products and the systems correctly. You have to make sure your mind is where it should be. Okay, so please do yourself a favor, and this is an awesome resource that we have. Isoderby. So you may or may not be familiar with what this is, but it's a really fun competition that Isagenix is doing right now. And I know there's a lot of people here who are forming teams. Isoderby is a competition. It started at the beginning of August and goes through the end of November. And it is a way for you to grab some accountability partners, 6 people total on one team, and get rocking. And it's a way to stay accountable. It's a way for you to look at your business and know that you have some people around who are cheering you on, in addition to, you know, our huge team. Matt and I did this a year ago, and it happened to coincide with right when I left my job and started Isagenix full time. And I was just doing the work, right? I was just doing what I was supposed to do, dedicating time to Isagenix every day, productive. We're going to talk about some of those things, but we ended up winning, and it was incredible. It was really the first trip that we were ever awarded, and we've met friends that are going to be in our life forever. And a lot of the people were kind of where we were, just getting started. So I encourage you, if you're not on an Isoderby team, grab some accountability partners and get on one, because it's a lot of fun and it's a competition. So, you know, you're competing against the whole company, but 10 teams win and go there. And then they also pick the top 15 star members who really perform really well. Any questions about Isoderby? Yes. You got a +1. Everybody gets a +1. All right, we good? Okay, so there's a new order form which walks you through the different systems and the different packages. You can find that in Isagenix sales tools. It also comes in the launch party kit, right? Wendy brought the launch party kit for us to take a look at. But so the new order forms are good because they're really easy. It kind of walks through all of the different products. So it looks like this. It's very easy and clear to see, and it kind of shows you the different solutions that we have. So you can download these, or you can buy the launch party kit, which is also a really good investment. How many people have launch parties scheduled for the week of September 14th? All right, guys, seriously, schedule a launch party. It is gonna everyone has that fear of doing it, right? But we have to put ourselves out there, because if you schedule a launch party, invite friends to come over and learn about this opportunity, whether it's just the products or it's the business or it's both, maybe one person will show up, maybe none will, or maybe 10 will, all right? So Isagenix, like we said, we started this 90-day game plan, and it's really an opportunity for us to all just kind of launch and continue to go. And a launch party will totally do it for you guys. So there's a launch party kit that you can buy, and also an Isagenix sales tools. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about the 90-day game plan. And I just want to kind of go over some of the highlights. I know we've been talking about a lot on our calls, and there's been a lot of chatter in our Facebook groups, which is awesome. And just kind of want to go over high level some things. And then Kristen Jenkins is going to share kind of what her day looks like. Because I know that sometimes you're like, okay, I want to do this. But then you're like, what do I do, right? What do I do? When do I find the time? That just allows us to kind of sabotage it, and we just don't get started, right? So she's going to share some of those ideas. But, I think everyone in this room can participate in the 90-day game plan. I started my first one in January 2014, and it did coincide with when I decided to do Isagenix full time and got to work. I was like, all right, my goal was to become executive by the end of those 90 days, I'm sorry. And I just kind of got to work, and it felt so good to have a structure. And we all had this. We all had this 90-day game plan, right? If you did not get this, if you didn't buy this, you could download it for free from isagenixbusiness.com. It is 60 pages, but guys, this is going to be your Bible for the next 87 days. So grab this if you can. Okay, so I saw this. This is a screenshot from the 90-day game plan, and it's just down here at the bottom is really kind of what we want to focus on, right? So establishing your why. So you guys saw my why up there, right? So you have to have a real reason why you want to do this, because I'll tell you something right now. people are gonna ignore you. People are gonna say no. People are gonna return your products. It's gonna happen. I guarantee you. You're gonna have some hiccups along the way. And it's so easy to be like, you know what, I'm just not gonna keep going forward. But if you have a real reason why, if you really wanna be at home with your children and read them a book every single night, that is gonna keep you going. So you have to figure out what your why is and keep moving forward, okay? Do that for yourself, and it's in the 90-day game plan. Set yourself up for success. Kristen's gonna share a little bit about that. You have to have the vision, right? Like a really big vision of what the next 90 days are gonna look like for you, and then what that's gonna do for you and for your future, right? So I know we heard earlier, like we wanna pay the bills, we wanna not have an alarm clock. Those are all really good things to look forward to, but like big picture, like dream really big. Like Matt and I over the summer just spontaneously like picked up and went down the shore for a few weeks. Like we had one of the weeks planned, but we were kind of like, let's just do it, you know? And so we started dreaming down there. We were like, oh my gosh, like, you know, what if we just like got a beach house? You know, how amazing would that be? And you have to be able to dream that. 2 years ago, I never would have jumped that. So I was so stuck in just being like, I'm never going to be able to afford a beach house. I can barely afford 1 week down the shore. You know, you're stuck in that mindset of like, I can't do those things. You have to be allowed to have the vision of what your life would like if you really buckle down and go hard for 90 days. Getting your business set, Chris is going to talk a little bit about that, healthy mind and body, we covered that. Branding yourself. So, you know, we have to find a way to add value out there, whether it's on social media or one-on-one conversations with people. But Isagenix is becoming a household name, right? So why would somebody choose to join me versus somebody else? So you want to become the brand that feels authentic to you. You know, Isagenix is this amazing company and vehicle, but we are our own brand. So really find a way to brand yourself. What is it? It's kind of a combination of your why and what you're passionate about. But find a way to be your own brand, because people will want to continue to follow that. And they're going to want to continue to see your success and eventually be part of your brand in your journey as well. Does that make sense? Okay, connecting on social media. It was sometime during Celebration. I posted my notes from the social media part of Celebration. And if you haven't seen that, please look it up in team leadership, because I think sometimes, you know, we get so excited about sharing Isagenix with people and we just put a lot of stuff out there on Facebook. But again, it kind of goes hand in hand with your brand. You know, make sure everything that's on your Facebook page is really relevant to who you are. And, you know, if somebody looked at your page, you would be okay with them seeing the stuff that is up there, okay? You +2, them +2, we all know that, right? We say that in our sleep. I'm like teaching my girls how to draw it out on one of our whiteboards. You know, they draw it out, and Sophia gets so mad because she keeps messing it up. But like, you can talk about it. You know, you +2, them +2. Matt made a rap in team leadership. Hopefully, you guys all saw that video the other day. So what was this song? It takes two. It's about base. You know. Create your contact list. So I just went and rewrote my contact list, my list of people who I'm going to be reaching out to. I have one list of all the people who I've yet to talk to about Isagenix. And the first 25 are the ones that are on my chicken list. And today I reached out to 20 of them. And I've already had some responses back from some people. You have to just do it, right? Then I have one list of all the follow-ups, people who I've had conversations with and they never got on board. I'm following up with them, right? Because I have this gift. I have this gift to give to people, and I feel like they deserve to know. So make sure your contact list is really intact so that you can just sit down every day and reach out to several people from that list. Creating a daily and monthly plan. Kristen's going to talk a little bit about that. And then developing your team. And that really is, you know, you may be sitting here and be like, I don't really have a team. Like, nobody wants to do this with me. I've been there, you know, for a really long time. And eventually, if you make space in your head and in your heart for those people to join, they will, okay? So you don't get frustrated if no one's joining you and wants to do this with you. They will. If you do all of these things, if you are emulating what you want them to, you will start to attract the right people. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Kristen, and then she's just going to share some really good tips with us, and then the one and only Man of the Year is going to close out the night for us. So, Kristen, thanks, girlfriend. Oh, there's her picture.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kristen Jenkins. Most of you know my story, but I'll just give a really quick background of it because you can relate a little bit more to why I'm standing up here. But I was approached about Isagenix a million times by all of my best friends, and my mom, who's not in this room, was drilling me to do it while I was pregnant.
with twins. So I have twin 10-month-old boys. They're the cutest little nuggets ever for twin 10-month-old boys, because hopefully no one else has twin 10-month-old boys, so I can say they're the cutest ever in that age group, right? But anyways, so basically it started with I just wanted good nutrition for them. The products were so amazing that I was able to get good nutrition in. I had 2 7-pound baby boys, made it to 38.5 weeks, which most twin pregnancies don't make it that far. And they were healthy. And I realized from this program that it was real. You know, that's what I needed to see. And the rest is history from there. It used to be up there. The picture before, though, I'm 17 pounds less now than I was before I got pregnant. Before I got pregnant, I taught 4 classes a week at the gym, was there 5 to 6 days a week. Now I'm lucky if I get there 1 to 2 days. My schedule just doesn't warrant me to be there as much as anymore. I have more lean muscle than I ever did. I'm more toned. It's unbelievable. I think one of my best friends said, Chris, you look better now than you have probably in a very long time, which I didn't take offense to. I was like, yeah, I do. You know, because there's a reason, and it's these products. So most of us are doing the products, but that's my product story. Kind of my why on why I'm standing up here with the business is I have twin 10-month-old boys. You know, I've always had a successful sales job, and I love working. I always said I was never going to be a stay-at-home mom. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just didn't think that was in me until I had my boys. And now I'm like dropping them off at daycare twice a week, and it sucks. I'm going to get emotional. But I didn't want to lose something I was passionate about, and I found something that really is giving me a purpose. It's transforming lives. I mean, to hear JC, and again, I'm going to get emotional, but to hear my teammates that I have enrolled do this program and to talk about how it's transformed their lives, that's a gift that we are so lucky to have. Who else can say that about their job? I mean, I sell lab work. Like, yeah, it helps you diagnose things, but I mean, it's not really making you feel that great, you know? So it's just great to have something that you're passionate about. I get text messages all the time from people that, whether it is just the products, that's great, you know, but those that are taking this for their why and their vision, that's just something that we are beyond blessed. So I encourage all of you to really take the business opportunities seriously. Everyone in this room can do it. There's one of my hashtags is no more excuses. Nobody has an excuse on why you can't do this. I know they get in your head, they get in mine, but you have to overcome those excuses and realize why you're here. Why did you say yes initially? Why are you still here? You know, there's a reason. And it's, you hear Jamie Lynn's story and you hear everyone's story that shares it with you and you're like, I can do that. Why can't I do that? You can. So, in the essence of time, oh, I got caught on my dress. Hold on, sorry, a little snafu. It's my Italian. All right, so I have a full-time job. It's a very stressful sales job, but I'm not really stressed anymore because of Ionic Screen. I forget I'm on camera here. But, you know, people ask me, how do you do it? And I'm definitely not the busiest person in this world or in this room, but I'm busy. I work full-time. I have 10-month-old twin boys. I teach at the gym 1 day a week. I never say no to doing a million things. I'm growing an awesome team. I mean, I have a lot of builders on my team, so I'm focusing on them. And I don't make any excuses, and I get the job done. So this is a glimpse into Kristen Jenkins' schedule. I actually, when I was doing this, was like, I need to really follow this more, because if you don't put something down in paper, you're going to get overwhelmed, especially those that are doing this part-time. And even full-time, I think. You know, I can't relate to the full-time because I'm not doing that, so I'll speak more to those that are maybe doing this part-time for right now. But honestly, even if you don't have a full-time job and you're home with your kids, you're probably still doing this part-time because you don't have all day to do Isagenix most days. So I wake up 7 a.m. before I'm feeding the boys the bottles, and sometimes my husband's like, seriously? Like, let's feed our boys before you're posting on social media? And sometimes I wait, you know, they have to eat. But I do my social media posts. So if you're not posting on Facebook or Instagram, you're only hurting yourself. There's no reason to not share. It's a gift. We heard these amazing stories. We heard Kate's story. We heard JC's story. We heard Jamie Lynn's story. We heard my story. What are you afraid of? You're afraid people are going to say, oh no, here comes another positive person in my life. Literally. And I had those people saying that to me. And this is funny, and I realized this the other day. When I signed up, I went to dinner with two of friends that aren't in Isagenix. Well, one does it secretly. Literally. And they were like, oh my gosh, you better not start posting like all of your other best friends did. And I'm like, I would never. I won't. I will not be those people. I will never post about the business. I mean, seriously. So you got to get over that. And again, you're sharing. So don't be afraid to share why this has impacted your life. It does motivate people. I would say 98% of my enrollments are from my posts. I text and I message and we'll go over what I do, but they've seen my posts. So that's my first suggestion. So I haven't done the post planner yet, and I think I really need to. So that's on my 90-day game plan for this weekend. Yeah, the boys will eat. Great. So there's a post planner app that I think helps with managing your posts. And basically, what do? Just set it up and it puts them in there?
I use Post Planner, and it's one of those that you pay for, but yep, I do mine on my 7 a.m. post every single morning. It's written up in the morning. So
yeah.
I never sit down on the computer or my phone at 7 a.m. It's all planned out. And then the ones that I do, if I do one during the midday or at night, that's usually spontaneous, or I thought about what I want to post, but I never, because I used to sit down and think things that I'm going to post today, I'm going to look, I'm going to think about something. It took up a lot of time. So save yourself time, and Hootsuite is free, right? And Post Planner you do pay for, but it's like $19 or $20 a month. So.
Okay. So put that on your 90-day game plan. It's on mine. I'm doing it this weekend. So in the morning, I usually do more of like a motivational quote. We all kind of get this, but family pick, something fun. It's the morning, I want to get everyone happy to see my post or whatever it may be. 9 a.m. is usually when I'm checking in with product users. So again, this isn't every day because it just kind of depends on who I've talked to. Always 9 a.m. on Monday morning. That's always when I do a check-in because most people on the weekends, it's hard to kind of keep track with them. So it's just a text message. How's it going? How are you feeling? When are you cleansing? 12 p.m. is when I'm going to try to, again, when I get text messages, I don't ignore them during the day. So if they reach out to me at 10:01, I'm not like, I'll respond at 12. But if you're in an office job where you're at a desk and you don't have your phone, you have a lunch break. Go to lunch and make that the time that you're going to reach out to your business builders. Check in, motivate, see what you can do. Then I'm done. I'm working. I'm at home with my boys until they get to bed. So right now I'm still lucky they go to bed early. I know that'll change, but for right now around 7:30 is when 7 or 7:30 is when I send my follow-up goals, emails, messages. So I do have, obviously, it's so easy, guys, copy, paste. Copy, paste. Just make sure you change the name when you copy and paste. I've done it once. My girl did not respond. I will reach out to her again now and be like, haha, sorry. But so that's when I'll generally follow up, if someone was interested by a Facebook message, I'll send them the goals email that I have. Everyone knows the goals email that I'm referring to. Does anyone need a brush up on what that is or how I use it? No, that was a post. So I call my goals email. We did a call about this. It doesn't work for everyone, but it works for me, again, because I don't really have a lot of time to spend on the phone with people during the day and at night. I mean, I block out 2 hours usually for good prospect calls, and then I also want to check in with my teammates that are, building the business. So I came up with that email, and I think Adrienne just posted, she kind of edited a little bit, and we've actually edited ours a little bit now. We added in the videos because, again, I was doing too much talking, and I just need to let Isagenix do what it knows how to do. So I've added in the videos. I'll post my new one on there as well. It has the Why Isagenix, Are You Toxic, and Healthy Aging. Because I feel like if they're not interested after watching those videos, there's no point. Those videos are everything. So why are we trying to, retell everything that's right there? So it's that, and then it's just some questions about what are they interested in. Now we have a lot of systems. We have energy, we have performance, we have weight loss, we have aging. So which one would they be interested in? What do they currently eat? What's their lifestyle look like? And how much do they spend on food? Because that will conquer your budget questions or objections moving forward. Some people are very dishonest in their replies. They're like, I spend $5 on 2 meals every day. I'm like, oh, really? Because a bottle of Wawa is $3.99, or a bottle of water at Wawa is $3.99. But so that's how I help with budget. Sorry, I'm long-winded. Any questions on the goal email? So I will post that out. But basically when they respond, then I set up a phone call because I know that they're very interested. And it takes out any of those questions in that phone call. So my phone call can be a half hour of just answering any other questions and going over what products I think are best for them. I do a prospect call, so based on that goals email. So I would say 9 out of 10 times, I don't get on the phone with someone unless they've answered that goals email. Again, for me, it saves me time. People that I do get on the phone that didn't answer that goals email, the conversation's an hour or more. And I don't have time for that. So that's why it helps me. 8 p.m. is when I do another social media post. I tend to do a lot of my before and after testimonial pictures at that time because most people have had a long day at work and they've eaten a lot of food and they're, maybe not feeling as great as they did at 7 a.m. I do a product pick or something, or again, we've talked about doing one business, big, powerful post a week. Sunday night's usually a really good one for that because everyone's dreading Monday, which we all love Mondays now. We get paid. 8:30, I do a prospect call. So that's, again, another one, after I've gotten my goals email. And then I usually save 9 o'clock for my business builder calls. I kind of say my brain's a little bit more fried by then, so I don't need to focus so much on going over the products and everything, and I can just help and support them for whatever they need. Every single day, I consistently do the following whenever it's convenient. And every single day, I don't make an excuse to not do it. I send out 2 messages, Facebook or text message, every single day. There's no reason not to. It's so easy. Most of the people I've signed up, similar to Kate's story, said that they would not have reached out to me if I didn't reach out to them. So if you're hesitant on anyone, there's no reason to be. Again, you have a gift to share. Share it. It's awesome. They will thank you. They will love you. You'll reconnect. A lot of people hesitate on people they haven't seen or talked to in 10 years, since college, if you're that old or older. It's awesome. I reconnected with one of my sorority sisters, and it's like there was no time passed. And I mean, we probably didn't talk for 10 years or more. She would have never reached out. Megan, 6-pack, 8-pack, amazing Grunkemeyer. Sorry, I love it. I know I just embarrassed her. So send out your 2 messages. Then I follow up with 2 people who I haven't heard back from. So 2 and 2, right? We all have people that we messaged. Message again if it's been 2 weeks. Who cares? They didn't respond. They might not respond again, but they might. I've had people that I've messaged that then write me down the road saying, okay, now I'm finally interested. And podcasts. Who listens to podcasts during the day, and be honest? So that's good. Amazing. There's no reason not to. Yeah. I mean, literally, even if you only have 10-minute drive somewhere, start it. Pause it. Then go back and listen to it again. They are so good for product knowledge, for wealth creation, everything. That's the only way that I've become more knowledgeable in the products, truthfully, is through the podcast. Because again, I don't have a ton of time to sit there and read a lot of the stuff that's on there. So again, it's simple. The business isn't hard. You can let the Isagenix tools do it for you. And I didn't put up here with 3-way calls. Use them, guys. If your coaches are offering to be on the phone with you, use them. We know you can do it by yourself, and that's awesome. But there's something about having 2 people that are passionate about something, explaining how it's transformed their lives in different ways versus 1. So that's what I think the 3-way calls are great for. I probably didn't use them enough in the beginning. So that's my schedule. Any questions? I could talk for a long time. You don't want that, so. We good?
Okay, next. So a lot of awesome information, Kristen. Thank you so much. That was incredible. So it's, you can see, right? Like we can fit it into our days. You know, there's a lot of time that we tend to put elsewhere. So we're gonna wrap up the night, but before we do, like I said, I want to bring up our incredible leader, our mentor who has like completely poured his heart and soul into this team. He was, you know, given the prestigious title of Man of the Year. Tom and Kathy Smith have changed my life for sure, and I would not be here without you guys. So please, thank you. Put your hands together for Tom Smith.
You know what? I'm going to keep it really real tonight, okay? First of all, that would not even happen. Oh, hi, everybody. Keep on forgetting about that.
Yeah.
That wouldn't even happen without us. Okay, all of you, all the teams before, all the 617,000 people that are in an organization. Okay, that's the only reason why that happens. And why does that happen? Is because we understand that we create leadership, and we understand how we go as leaders to move forward to work with our people that want to be worked with. It's very important. That's the most important part about it. We'll sit here, and I seen earlier tonight, which I just thought was so awesome, that people raise their hand if they want a house down insurer, or they want no alarm clock, or they just whatever. I don't know a few of the other things that I did here. Okay, they just don't want no boss. Okay, they want to be their own boss. That's all possible, and that's all doable, and that's all here with Isagenix. There's no doubt about it. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? That's the question. And it's a big question. And I ask that question all the time. I see my wife in the very beginning. We've been in this industry 5 companies prior to Isagenix. But it was a great learning lesson for us, okay? But I see when she finally realized, and I see what the power of the numbers and the compensation was in this company. I've never seen anything like this in my whole life. To tell her to just go ahead, whatever it takes, make it happen. Make it happen. 2.5 years later, I'm out of work. I mean, I'm done. There's never no alarm clock. I'll tell you what, if someone's knocking on my door at 8:30 in the morning, I'm like, you're brain dead. Because I'm not even going okay? Seriously, I'm serious about that, right? That's what you have here, okay? And that's going to happen for each and every one of us, as long as we're willing to do what it takes. And that is so true, okay? Because it doesn't really take that much. Okay, I was on the call the other night, and I listened to some of the little verbiage on how do you just open up and talk to someone, okay? Just a little tidbit sometimes. Like I lost 101 pounds 3.5 years ago, okay? Just in a line. How you doing today? Great. Don't ask me how I'm doing, okay? And I said I lost 101 pounds 3.5 years ago. Awesome. Oh, I shut up, okay? Or hey, here's a real simple thing. I got on a product I'm so excited about. If I'm calling someone up that I know, I'm so excited about this product that I have to share this with you. And you know what? It doesn't matter. And it's not important to me what you think about the product. What is really important to me right now is that you take a look at the information. That's what I'm looking at. Real fast, phone, a couple minutes. And here's the thing. When you're done, let's set up the time right now. When will be the best time to make that follow-up call? Next week at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night? Awesome. Okay. How many phone calls can you make on that one? Or how many? You know what? And here's what I mean by keeping it real too. And I really do. And I'll bounce around because I did a little old school there because it was all phones belly to belly for us. Okay. Our first 6 years of Isagenix, there were no videos. There was 1 or 2 products. There was no podcast. What was a podcast? I finally got the word down 3 years ago, podcast. But I'm being honest with you. And I've done podcasts. They would call me up and say, you got the wrong guy. That's funny. No, Tom, we got the right guy. Podcast. Okay, fine. That heck is a podcast. But I get it, you know what I mean? But, and then you can listen, you can self-educate and teach yourself all about this business. And that's what's so important. There's so much power in this company. There's so much. What's going to happen within the next 10 years is just astronomical. The numbers are going to shoot through the roof. All you guys are so young. And if I mean young, 50's young, 50's married, 60's young, so it doesn't matter. I'm right here with you, okay? The bottom line is we're going to live to 100, so we still have 50 or 60 more years to go, so it's cool, right? Okay? You guys have 100 years to go, for God's sake. But the bottom line is that just focus on what you need to do. Generate your team. In our compensation plan, it doesn't matter if I sponsor you or someone else sponsors you, as long as you're in my organization, you're moving forward, and you're getting a phone call. Hey, what's happening? Email, something like that. Awesome job. Became a consultant. My name's Tom Smith. What can I do for you? Ball game. Okay? That's ball game. Ball game. Kathy said something like a phone call like that one time about 11 years ago to a girl by the name of Susan Sly in Toronto. We've never been in Canada all our living life. Okay? My name's Kathy Smith, Susan. You're doing an awesome job. You became a consultant in 5 days. And then you signed up 2 other people, and it just so happened your 2 people just became consultants in 5 days. What can I do for you? 367,000 people later, maxed out a business center. They're all millionaires. Boom. That's the best. That's what you're looking for. You're driving down your organization, and you have to be that leader. You have to be that leader, just like you're on the football team. You got to go to practice. When you go to practice, you practice the hardest. When you're in a game, you work the hardest, okay? And when you use your hour or 2 or hours of operation, whatever it is, you're focused. You're laser focused on your business. I don't care if it's 3 hours a week. I don't care if it's 3 hours a day, or I don't care if it's 3 hours a month. 3 hours a month isn't going to do it, by the way. I'm just saying. But then again, it could too, because it could be an all-star that comes in there, and gosh darn it, if you don't go ahead and lock arms with them all-stars, then I want to tell you something. Shame on you. Okay, because then all-stars are the ones who are going to do it, and they're there. You know, I say to Joe all the time, and Jamie Lynn, and I say this all the time, and I mean this in my heart because I've seen it, okay? Your best people aren't even here yet. Try to think about that for a second. Your best people in your organization, as long as you do what you have to do every day and you never quit, that's huge. Never quit. And don't say this isn't going to work, because I'll tell you what. People say this is a pyramid. Corporate America is a pyramid. Okay? It's my opinion. Okay? And it's a pyramid scheme. It's not a scheme. It's a scheme. It's built like a scheme. It has its progressions. It has its movements. It has the way it's built, from construction up all the way up to the top. Just so happens we start at the top of our own organization and we build down. If it's going to be, it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. No one else but me. You got to know that. You got to feel that. You can't just say, well, I'm going to wait 13 years until Mary Jo comes in and she's going to take care of this. It won't happen. Just continuously do something. Like Kristen, you said it perfect. We teach it all the time. Single daily actions every day. We have something really special here. We have something that could really change people's lives. Not only if you're just in for the product, I assure you, if you do anything for sure, you use the products and get the products for free. That's what network marketing is designed to do. If you're in it to work a business, this is what single daily actions come in every day. You got to do something every day. What it is, it's your call. It's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. That's the thing. Okay, you have to do that. I love football, and I just want to say something real fast. And football to me relates to life, and it relates to network marketing. And it's so true in my opinion. I'm only giving you my opinion. That's all it is, okay? If I had a coach and I was on a team and I decided to practice 2 days a week instead of 7, excuse my French, but they're going to tell me to get the hell out of here, aren't they? Okay? I mean, think about that for a second. Okay, if you're a part of the team, you want to move forward. If you want to be the best of the best, you got to go out there. You got to work the hardest to do whatever you have to do. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just say, hey, coach, I'm not cool for this. I'm slipping. Okay? That's the same way this industry is. You have to put your head down. You got to plow through it the first few years. You really do. But once you have this thing built, once you start to really create the leadership and understand what you need to do, and then it creates that self into the residual aspect, because the residual aspect, I'm going to close on this real fast. Just to close on residual, what does residual mean? It means that we are so blessed that we built an organization, a business, an opportunity. That means that if my wife and I want to go to the European country for the next 3 years, honest to God, we can go. And the bottom line is every Tuesday, there'll be a very nice payday in our paycheck, okay? That's what residual income means, okay? But again, I'll go back to, are you willing to do what it takes to make that happen?
Now, in some people's minds, $500 a month is fine, and that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. Or plan B become that plan A. We talk about that all the time. That's a very important aspect of it, okay? Or they say too, listen to this statistic real fast before I really shut her down. 50%, now this is crazy, but 50%, I read this 5 times, I just couldn't believe it, of divorces in our country would even happen if there was an extra $650 a month. That's great. I mean, I really had to read that a couple times. I mean, because that sounds like, wow. But you know what? It is based around a lot of things. A lot of it is financial. A lot of things is dollars and cents. A lot of things is the stress that comes along with that. And this allows you to really move forward and be blessed. And that's what I wanted to tell everybody tonight. To really understand that. Thank you and have a great night.
Thank you, Tom. That was awesome. I always love to listen to Tom and Kathy talk. They have, so much experience and heart poured into this, and it's an honor, to have them here with us. So we're going to close up the night on 3 things before we go. Number 1, tomorrow night is going to be our very first product introduction welcome call. Okay, so the invitation is an ISA inspiration. Okay, because the group is so large now, when I create an event, it doesn't automatically invite everybody. So you have to kind of search for it. We're going to figure out a better way. But for right now, tomorrow night at 9 p.m., Kristen and Jen are going to lead the very first welcome call. So if you just have somebody join within the last few weeks, or if they've been in for 2 years, throw them on the call. Have them come on and listen if they're ready to get restarted again. We're going to walk through pretty much like if you were to call somebody and do a welcome call, we're going to do that so that everyone can come in every Thursday night. So we really want to make sure that you are set up for success. So again, we're taking a little bit off your plate so we can plug people into that. Okay, so tomorrow night, the information is in the the event section of Ice Inspiration. Number 2, before everybody leaves, I want to get a selfie because I have a selfie stick now and it's awesome. So I want to get a picture. And then number 3, Kelly, you want to come off the second? So we are doing our very first team. I'm calling it Day of Caring, and Kelly is my queen girl on this one. So Matt and I went to a American Cancer Society event a few months ago, and we found out about this place called Hope Lodge, and it's in Cheltenham, Pennsylvania, and it is for patients who are undergoing cancer treatments in the Philadelphia area. One of the hospitals here, and they can't necessarily. They live outside of the state, right? So there's some people from China there. There's people all over the world that come here to get treated in Philadelphia for the cancer that they have, and they stay at this residence free of charge. So pretty much the residents go to cancer treatment every single day. Then they come home. So what we're going to do is we're going to serve them dinner. And it's going to be a really great event. We can have about 10 to 15 volunteers. I know there's already a few people who are going to definitely be there. So if you want to be a part of this, please RSVP as soon as possible in the event section of ISA Inspiration, because we really can only have a limited amount of people there. Kelly, rockstar, put together a sign-up genius. So do you want to share a little bit about that for us?
I just put together a sign-up genius with anything that we need to bring with us the day of, so we can't come and want to donate. There's going to be a sign-up. So you sign up, tell us what you're bringing. September 20th. Yeah, I think we're going to have drop-off. We're going to get times for you. Jamie Lynn's house, or if you're in Delco with me, you drop it off at my house. And then, we're going to have soup. What do you mean, soup?
Yeah, we're going to do like an Italian fest. Okay, so we're going to do
like crafty people out there for centerpieces, but they can't be fresh flowers because of allergies and things. So, do you have any ideas?
Yeah, we're definitely looking for like some more support. Like we want to do Italian fest, so like we're going to do like meatballs and pasta and salad bar, and like fresh homemade soup is really good for people there, because a lot of the people who are there are having some sort of like head or throat cancer treatments. And so we'll get a lot more information out to you, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that we were doing this. The volunteer is on September 22nd, and we're asking that you be there from 5 o'clock at the latest till about 7:30ish. We should probably be wrapped up and out of there by 7:30. But I volunteered there last week and got to meet a lot of the patients there, and it was they're so appreciative of this, because the other option is for them to go out and get dinner somewhere else and have to spend money on that, or to not eat or whatever, and they're going through a really tough time in their life. And Everyone has to have somebody there with them. So there's always a spouse or a son or a parent. And it's really cool. There is a piano. Okay, so there is a piano, and so I wanted to have somebody playing piano, and I wanted to have somebody sing like Italian, songs. So we have to set the theme. So if you know anybody, I think I have somebody who can sing, but I'm still looking for somebody who can play Italian themed songs on the piano. So yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. So that's kind of it, guys. Again, come in the middle for a selfie. Everyone live streaming, we love you. Thank you for being here. Great to see you all. Bye, guys. Thank you. All right, let's do it. Okay, got the selfie set. Come on in, everybody. Yeah, we'll just turn this way.
No, it's if we're all gonna go behind. Come on in, ladies. Good job, Jen.
Great job.
Oh my God, I don't want to knock her back.
No, you don't appear to me.
Everybody in? Am I blocking anybody? No, you're not.
Shoulders blocking. I broke myself.
I'll do it again.
No, you go. No, you were in there.
Out of it. Get in. Yay.
There we go.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming.
All right. Great job.